Learning the art of liking difficult things is not as difficult as it seems. Rather, it's a straightforward trick that will change your whole attitude to problems. Many times, we find ourselves avoiding difficult assignments since we would rather remain in our comfort zones where everything seems controlled and safe. However, suppose I told you that learning to enjoy difficult things is about redefining how we first view these obstacles rather than only overcoming suffering. You see, hard work sometimes seems to our brains as challenges or dangers. The sheer idea of them can set off a stress reaction. Skepticism makes us tense, nervous, or even immobilized. Though it is quite natural, this emotion does not define our relationship with hardship. The secret is to change your viewpoint from one of a difficulty as a weight to one as an opportunity for development. This little but significant change of perspective can transform the planet. Imagine something difficult as a puzzle instead of a barrier anytime you find yourself facing it. It is there to help you reach a fresh degree of knowledge or ability, not to stop you. This shift in perspective is a slow process starting with your self-talk and not happens overnight. Rather than declaring, "I can't do this," begin to say, "I'm learning to do this." Words have power. They help you to form your ideas and your actions follow from your thinking. Loving difficult things is about accepting the discomfort. It's like teaching your brain to value the burn in an exercise since you know it's strengthening you. This kind of thinking helps you to perceive obstacles as friends in your own development instead of enemies to be conquered. Like an exercise, progress results from constancy. The more you practice liking difficult tasks, the simpler they seem. Although motivation is very important on this road, it is not always consistent. Some days you may feel on top of the world, ready to accomplish anything, while on others you could struggle to get out of bed. Those more difficult days, find discipline to be your buddy. When drive is nowhere to see, discipline is what helps you to start that initial step. It's about turning up and trying your best even when you're not feeling it. It's not about being perfect. Establishing reasonable, little goals is one of the finest methods to develop this discipline. Divide those large, terrifying chores into bite-sized chunks. Every small success will boost your sense of achievement and help you to find less daunting next steps. Celebrate these little victories. They evidence that, despite modest growth, you are forward-looking. Reward yourself along the way to help to make this whole process even more fun. Rewards might be as little as a break, a treat, or an activity you enjoy. They don't have to be grand. These little happy events help to strengthen the habit of facing challenging tasks, therefore transforming the overall experience from a job to a game. Remember, too, that loving difficult tasks does not mean you will not experience irritation or resistance. Those feelings are part of the trip. They are signals that you are going beyond your present capacity and pushing your limits. Accept them. Let them remind you are developing. Every difficulty you encounter is like a stepping stone toward a more robust, resilient version of yourself. Starting to love hard tasks releases a new degree of freedom. You come to discover that your constraints are not as set as they once were. Hard things are the gateway to all the things you have ever wanted to accomplish, not the enemy. All it takes is a readiness to change your perspective and some self-patience as you learn to embrace discomfort. Before you realize it, you'll like the trip itself. The difficult events will start to center discovery rather than struggle.